Do not insult the people. Nigel Farage bashes Vince Cable over latest anti-Brexit jibe. Nigel Farage has fired at Sir Vince Cable for after he claimed older Leave voters shafted the young at last year's EU referendum. The UKIP MEP ripped into the Lib Dem leader over his calls for a second vote on Brexit despite 17.4 million people opting out of the European bloc. Speaking on his LBC show, the Brexiteer scolded Sir Vince for belittling and insulting voters with different priorities. It comes after the former business secretary responded to a poll that claimed 61% of Leavers would see an economic downturn as worth paying to be free of Brussels rule. The Remainer told a Sunday paper, to describe such masochism as martyrdom is dangerous. We haven't yet heard about Brexit jihadists, but there is an undercurrent of violence in the language. He added that the self-declared martyrs appeared to be predominantly elderly. But Mr. Farage fired back. I think that when Vince Cable said yesterday that he treated people who, when they were asked in an opinion poll would they still vote for Brexit even if there was a threat economically it might be bad for the country, a lot of people said yes we would still vote for Brexit. Vince Cable compared them to jihadists, and what he was doing was he was quite willfully belittling and talking down to people who turned out in a referendum to vote on a variety of issues. But the main one being that of sovereignty, that of governing our own country and making our own rules, and I think that Cable doing that basically showed contempt. The former UKIP leader then addressed Sir Vince directly. He said, I would say to Vince Cable, do not insult people just because they voted for a different way to you in the referendum and they have a different set of priorities. The outrage comes after Sir Vince said older voters were driven by a nostalgia for an imperial past. He said, the old have shafted the young. And the old have had the last word about Brexit, imposing a worldview coloured by nostalgia for an imperial past on a younger generation more comfortable with modern Europe. Turning on former Tory leader Ian Duncan Smith, the politician rebuked the idea that parliamentarian trade envoys who vehemently oppose Brexit should be sacked. Sir Vince claimed that it will lead to Brexit thought crimes and compared Britain to the McCarthyite period in America when there was an attempt to clamp down on communists. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and don't forget to subscribe English News Hub for new excited videos.